Everybody, it's a big one. It's a big one. Oh my goodness. He's here. He's back. Tim, we don't have many returning guests. Not at all. Usually when we have a guest, I'm like, that guy sucked. Never again. Never again, but he's back. Kirby Dach is back. Kirby, how you doing? Thanks for joining us again on Dropping the Gloves.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Obviously had a fight in between the last time, so thought I'd come back on and talk about that a little bit, but it's good. I'm good. Happy to be here. First of all, congrats, John, on the kid, and hope everything's going well there. I know it's a little bit hectic, but hope you're enjoying it.
Oh, Kirby, how old are you now?
21.
Okay. So I am turning 40 this year. You have 19 years to have 7 kids. Do you think you can accomplish that, Kirby?
No, I don't want to either. I don't.
What?
I thought seven's too much.
My mom grew up in Saskatchewan. She was from Priestville. So I've spent a lot of time in Saskatchewan, going to Billy Barker days, the whole thing in northern Saskatchewan, up in Dragon Lake. She came from a family of 9. So I know big families are very common in Saskatchewan. So why not just carry the tradition on, Kirby? The Dach name is strong.
It's because I'm from Alberta.
I thought you living in Saskatchewan right now.
No, Fort Saskatchewan. It's in Alberta.
Dang it.
Confuses people all the time.
I was born in Edmonton, so I'm from Alberta. So I have 7 kids, so you have to carry on the Alberta tradition.
We'll see. Maybe. I don't know.
I hope so. You're so young. You got a lot of time ahead of you. I didn't have my first kid until I was 30. So you got a lot of time. Lots of time. But then I really went for it. Then I went for it.
It's a busy 10 years.
I was like, let's go. We got to make up for lost time. But anyways, no one wants to hear about me. They want to hear about you. Number 3 overall pick with the Chicago Blackhawks. Everybody knows you. Everybody knows the trade. But let's just break down. How was your year? How was your first 3 years? You're on the ELC with the Hawks. How do you think the first 3 years went down, Kirb?
Yeah, they're kind of ups and downs. You go through the COVID stuff and then my injuries, and you can talk about all the negative stuff that's kind of gone on in Chicago or the cloud over it. But that's, for me, I've put it in the past and kind of gotten over all that stuff now and focused on the future and taken away all the positives I learned. I mean, I got to play with some of the best players to ever play the game, and the Hawks are such a great organization, and they always treated me really well there. So I got nothing but thanks to them for kind of letting me come into the league and learn, and it was great. But it's exciting. Me and Montreal is a great city to be going to, and I can't wait for that.
Well, yeah, you're going from one original 6 to another. I don't think there's any 2 franchises in the NHL that are as well known as the Hawks and the Canadiens. Now, you talked about the positives you took away. You had some Hall of Famers when you came to Chicago. Did you learn anything from those guys, or did you just not even bother? Because it gets a little old when Taser's just like, we got to work hard. Like, Johnny, relax. It's my team now. Did you say that? What year did you say this is my team now, John?
No,
back of the bus.
That never came out of my mouth, the Taser. But it was like I learned a lot. I lived with Siebes for 2 years, so he was kind of my dad. I just kind of followed him around for a little bit and got to learn from him, and he was great. And then Dunk really took over the reins kind of after Siebes left, and so those were kind of my 2 role models or people to follow after. And you've played with both of them, so we can talk about them a little bit. But they're quite the characters. I love being around both of them. They're great, and obviously this year is nice to have Johnny back with all of his health issues and stuff. That was something we missed last year. And then Kaner's Kaner. I mean, he's got that strut and showtime, and he's always fun to be on the ice with.
So you mentioned Siebes. He was obviously hurt the last few years. Dunks, was it a surprise when he got dealt? Did the guys know it in the room before the end of the season? He's like, was the writing on the wall there that he was 1 foot out the door?
Yes and no. I think Dunks loved Chicago. I think he loved, he's obviously got the legacy there, and will have his number retired and have his own night there. But I think he wanted to be closer to home, be closer to his kid, and kind of enjoy a little more family time. I mean, his boy's getting older now, so it's I think that stuff kind of weighed on him a little bit, especially with COVID, not being able to see him because of the travel restrictions. So I think we understood it and knew why he was wanting out, but it sucked to see him leave. Obviously, he was a good friend of mine, and he had a great year in Edmonton, and wish him nothing but the best in retirement.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he just retired.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah, he
I
did.
actually just saw that. What do you take from Ducks? Do you take his work ethic? Do you take his insane ability to take a 20-minute meal and extend it into 3 hours? Do you take the fact that he's just uber sensitive about what he puts into his body? What do you get from a Duncan Keith that you can roll into the Kirby Dach recipe?
I think you kind of touched on it all. Like he's one thing. Like we always had late dinners on the road. Him and I, for some reason, I always got sucked into the 8 o'clock, 8:30 Duncan Keith 3 hour meals. But those were fun. I always had fun being around him. But just the way he trains and what kind of a shape he was in for how old he was. I think that was the biggest thing I always took away from him was how strong and fit and ready to go he was each and every night.
Yeah, he was a gamer. Like you said, he'll have his number raised. Kaner will have his raised. Siebes will probably have his raised. Let's just talk about this last season. You were healthy. How did you feel? You managed to play 70 games out of 82. You were bounced around the lineup a little bit. How did you feel this year went? Did you feel you got your footing a little bit more, or you're still kind of just trying to find yourself as a player?
I felt like in moments I definitely was the player that I knew I could be in. There's ebbs and flows to that last season, but obviously I want to improve in a couple areas and get better and find enjoyment in the game and love it and be able to kind of translate that into Montreal with the young forward group they have there and hopefully have a ton of success and get back into playoffs and start winning hockey games.
Exactly. That's what it's all about. So the end of the season, I know we don't want it. We won't dwell on this long. The season's over. You go home. You talk to Davidson. What was the year-end meeting like? Was there any hint like, hey, Curb, we might deal you. We're going to see how things shake out. We might just blow the whole team up or we're going to rebuild. What does the year-end meeting look like here? Because to be honest, last year, I thought you guys did great in the offseason. You bring in Fleury, you bring in Seth Jones. I was excited about the Hawks. I had you earmarked for a big run in the Western Conference. Obviously, things didn't work out the way we all liked them to. Coming into this offseason, what was the mood like? Was it a little, could you tell something was up? Because you're one of these core guys that you would think they'd want to keep.
I think there's obviously a lot of question marks. I mean, we knew it as the players. Had the interim coach, interim GM for a while. You didn't really know what was going to happen. There's always the questions around 88 and 19, what they want to do. And like you said, you brought in Jonesy and Flower, McCabe, and all these kind of extra pieces that would help us win. And for whatever reason, it just didn't go right last year. And I think we all kind of wanted another crack at it to really put our best foot forward and enjoy like a successful year as a team because I think we had the team to do it there. But no, I didn't really feel anything weird in the exit meetings. Obviously, I wouldn't even say like I had rumors going on about me. It was more about Cat. So when we heard those were obviously questioned between the players and stuff and just wondering what was going on. But those are just rumors you read online. And then towards middle of summer, start to see my name pop up more and more and more and more. Start to talking to my agents a little bit and had good dialogue with Kyle all the way along to really figure out what was going on. And then boom, obviously the trade happened, draft day rolls around and felt like I was kind of getting drafted again, how nervous I was, what was kind of going on. Just I was getting buddies call me from other teams saying, hey, like I heard this and that. And you're just like, oh. So I shut my phone off. I went on the golf course, did 18. I was like, I just got to get away, Came back, turned my phone back on because I had to go to the rink. So I drive into the rink. As I pull into the rink, I get a phone call from Kyle Davidson. Heart kind of sinks. It's just like one of those ones you don't know if you want to answer now or just wait and see later. And so I picked it up and it was just a quick, hey, we're going to move you to Montreal. Best of luck. Hopefully the fit works, type thing. And that was that. It was just short and sweet. Once kind of put my phone down and went skated for another hour and a half and just kind of let everything sit with me for a couple hours before I really got back on my phone and started answering phone calls and text messages. Obviously, I had a couple of minutes before I went on the ice to answer Montreal's GM Ken Hughes and talk to my agent a little bit about it and call my mom and dad.
It's tough. It's a tough thing mentally. I was traded a few times, and I won't lie, it was an emotional time because you feel like you're connected to this team and you're invested in them, and then all of a sudden they're just like, we don't want you anymore. What was going through your head? Because you didn't expect that. Maybe you there was rumors going around, but like you're a big piece of this Blackhawks team. Like, were you sad? Were you angry? Were you excited to go to Montreal? Was it everything? Because like you're still a young kid. I went through it twice, and I was tearing up when I got traded because I'm like, I don't want to leave. I want to stay here. I like these guys on this team. And it's hard to transition from like, man, this is sad, but then you get excited going to the new team. Walk us through that, because the first trade, it's devastating for a player.
Yeah, like you said, I didn't see it coming at all. I was quite shocked, and it took me a while to get out of that state of shock before I really let my emotions kind of take over. Because I was extremely excited. Obviously, first thing I did was look at kind of Montreal's depth chart and who's there and stuff, and they got a really fun forward group, and I think that'll be good for my skill set to kind of fit in there. But like you said, I have a place in Chicago now, full time, and I kind of fell in love with the city. Loved the city there. The guys were great. You're just so comfortable that you don't want to leave. And, it sucks to see that part of the hockey business. I mean, you see it when teammates get traded and go through that, but for yourself to get traded, it's a whole different thing. And it's definitely sad leaving Chicago. I didn't really want to, but at the end of the day, it's a business, and I've got a great opportunity in a great city to form some great friendships and get along with some great guys there, and hopefully have some success.
So I'm kind of interested to see the similarities from when you got traded to Montreal compared to when I did. So when I got traded, it was great. I talked to the GM, and then did you get a call 30 minutes later telling you that you were going to be sent down to St. John's, or did that call not happen? Not yet.
No, not yet. Not yet. Exactly. Except for it's Laval now.
It's Laval now. So you just be prepared, because that's what happened to me.
Wait for the Laval number to pop up on my phone and just not answer it.
Don't answer it. Yeah, I saw a Newfoundland number. I'm like, what is going on here? It was their GM. He's like, well, we're very excited. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Well, okay. Let's talk about Chicago. Let's stay on this a little bit before we move on to greener pastures in Montreal. You were the first domino, or Kitty Cat was the first domino to fall. Then you, then Kubalik, then Strome. When DeBrincat got traded, do you talk to him? Do you go, hey, whoa, you're going. I'm excited for you. And does he say, get ready, you're next, big boy? Is there any communication between you guys? Because you're the young studs in Chicago.
Yeah, we exchanged text. I think it wasn't too long before he went and then I went, but I texted him just saying, hey, good luck. Gonna miss you, the whole kind of shebang there. And then he texts me, and then a couple minutes later texts me back saying, oh, guess you're going too, type of thing. But I don't think either one of us really expected or wanted to leave, but obviously they felt like they were going in a different direction. But him and I are both in good spots, and we'll have a chance to succeed. And obviously I'm excited about Montreal, and I'm sure he's excited about Ottawa. Yeah,
that direction they're going in. Is this the biggest tank in NHL history that Chicago is embarking on? Because if I'm a GM, and I like to put the shoes onto the GM sometimes, like, how do I build a team? Like, I need strong down the middle, good back end. I'm like, oh, let's see. And I said this, Kirby, before we interviewed you last show. I'm like, oh, let's see, a 6'4", 6'5", how tall are you?
Yeah, 6'4".
6'4", 215, power centerman, great hands. I'm like, yeah, I can build a team around that guy. Yeah, I'd hold on to him. You trade a 40 goal scorer, 2-time 40 goal scorer. You let two guys walk who are 30 goal scorers and young and want to be in Chicago. Is this the biggest tank since the Buffalo Sabres when I was on, when they traded Vanek and Miller and Pominville and Regeer? Like, what are they just in the Connor Bedard sweepstakes? I know you can't go too far down that rabbit hole, but what do you guys like? You talk to the boys. I'm sure you've talked to Dunks and these guys. It's just, is it sad to see Chicago going down this road?
Yeah, like you said, nobody really knows what the plan is there and what they got going on. Obviously, their management group has got something figured out, and they're going to go that direction. So it's pretty much it. I mean, I'm just more so focused on Montreal and getting there and getting to camp and having a good time there.
I'm not focused on Montreal yet. Isn't that funny? I just want to stay right. One more question. So, first game back in the United Center, who you grabbing from the Hawks and just want to beat their wheels off? Who don't you like on the team? Because I know when I got traded, I'm like, I can't wait to get back to the Rangers. I'm going to get Del Zotto. Oh, it's going to be fantastic. Or I'm going to go to Chicago. I'm going to beat up Bolig. It's going to be great. And there, there's always some guys that just rub you the wrong way. Who's the guy in Chicago that you just didn't really?
There was.
Was it?
There
Kaner?
Was nobody.
Was it Kaner?
No, if I was going to fight anybody, it'd be Taser. Just have a fight with Taser. We'd wrestle a couple times and stuff just for fun, but I think like him and I together, sometimes it'd just be funny.
Who would win the wrestling matches for fun? You, because you got the length, I would imagine.
I don't know. Taser's pretty strong when we wrestle sometimes. So
Kirby, you're 6'4". You got length. I remember when I went to Minnesota, Burnsy was wrestling everybody. He was the champ in Minnesota. And I just quietly went in the training room, tapped him out in 45 seconds. It was not because I'm so long. And he's like, this jujitsu guy, and you're long. So who would win? You or Taser? Come on.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we'll see.
Listen, if you fight Johnny Taves, I'll buy you a new car. Okay?
All right. Sounds good.
Used car. A new used car. Let's just get that because we'll leave it at that. Okay?
Perfect.
All right, Tim, are you here? Are you still here?
Yeah, we can move on to Montreal now. I got some questions about the Habs and thinking about the future. I'm sure you looked at that roster, like you said. There's so many young players on that team, especially up front, the Caulfields, Suzuki's of the world. Have you skated with those guys before? And have you talked to those guys yet since the trade happened?
No, I haven't actually skated with either one of them, but obviously pretty familiar with Cole. Played against him a little bit growing up. Played with Nick's younger brother, Ryan, most of the Hockey Canada events. He's in Carolina now, so I know the family just a little bit, and then a couple of the other guys reached out, so it was nice to kind of have that welcome to the team. But I'm looking forward to getting down there late August, early September, and kind of having those captain skates with the guys and just starting to gel right away.
Yeah, you're going from. Oh, go ahead, Tim. Sorry.
Well, I was going to ask, I'm sure you've done a little armchair coaching GM on yourself. Where do you see yourself fitting in that lineup right now?
First line center, Tim. Stop.
Good enough.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I just want the opportunity to kind of prove myself and go there and just play free, and especially under Marty St. Louis. I've heard nothing but good things about him, and I'm really excited to kind of be coached and taught by him, and I think he'll help me out a lot.
Yeah, you guys are similar type players. Yeah, I think he'll be able to teach you a lot. He was a big, strong, powerful.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
no,
it'll be good.
It'll be good. You guys have such a deep group of forwards in Montreal. Now you're not stepping into a situation where it's a team that's struggling. This is a team that's built to win right now. You're going from Marc-Andre Fleury, arguably the best top 3 goaltenders ever, and you're getting Carey Price. Do you feel any pressure coming into Montreal after last season? They struggled a little bit coming off a Stanley Cup Finals where they lost to Tampa Bay. You're the new kid. You're the guy who's supposed to, you know what? We got Kirby Dach. He's going to give us a little boost. Is there no pressure there? Like you said, you're just going to go and freewheel it.
No, I think I'm just going to go and enjoy it and have fun and play the game. Trust my instincts and kind of let my skill and mind take over. Like you said, it's going to be a fun group of forwards, and obviously having Pricer back there, and it helps a lot having guys like that in your net. Obviously, you had Flower for a little bit. We knew we could give up the 1 or 2 extra chances, and he's going to be there to make those saves, and he makes them every night. So as a forward group, I'm just excited to get with those guys and figure out where I'm going to fit in the lineup and mesh with which players, and have a lot of success.
So for the Canadiens fans listening to the show, and there's probably at least 3 or 4, would you, if they haven't seen you skate much, how would you describe your game to them? What can they look forward to from you?
Just like a big, rangy 200-foot right shot center that plays both ends of the rink. smart offensively, more of a passer, but definitely been working on my shot all summer here and trying to find different ways to score and create scoring chances.
Tough
Sometimes
when he needs to be.
Exactly. When the occasion, when I get angry enough, like I said last time, if I get ever angry enough, it'll happen.
You don't want to make him angry. What number jersey am I going to buy?
77.
77. Is
Yeah,
that not retired in Montreal?
No.
It's not yet.
No. Kulak wore it last, and Gilbert wore it before them or him, I think. Yeah.
When I was with St. John's, I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but I will. I got called up to Montreal. In St. John's, I was wearing number 33, which is Patrick Roy's number. And so I get called up and like, you can't be number 33. What number would you like? And I was like, well, I don't know. Because they have so many numbers retired. If you've skated at the Bell Center, right? When you look up in the rafters,
yeah,
they must have 45 numbers
room.
retired. It's insane. So I took, I think the number's retired, number 22, Steve Shutt. I don't know. I think it might be retired now. But yeah, I'm surprised number 77 isn't taken. That's
no, I think Caulfield wears 22, doesn't he?
Did he take my number? That's
yeah, he did. It was Dale Weiss before too.
Dale Weiss?
Yeah.
Who wore it better? I think I did.
I was going to say, I think you did.
So you're going to Montreal. Let's talk about your first 3 years. Are you happy with it? Are you content? Do you think you left a little more on the ice? Give yourself a grade. Kirby Dach, number 3 overall. Go.
I think I'm always a little hard on myself, but I don't know if I could really give it a grade, but there's definitely more that I wanted to give and kind of produce, obviously offensively, but it's situational and stuff like that. So not to get too deep into it, dealt with a lot of stuff, but that's in the past and moving on to Montreal.
That's a very politically boring answer. Not even a grade, Tim. He didn't even give it a grade.
I give that response an F. Or maybe
was it a B minus?
That'll be my grade then. That'll be my grade for my performance is an F.
All right. Okay. Now, what were some memorable moments then from your first 3 years? Anything stand out where you're like, this is cool. I'm in the NHL. I'm doing this. This is like neat.
My first shift. I had Kaner on my right, Stromer on my left, Backstrom in front of me, Oshie to my right and that side, and Ovechkin to the other left with John Carlson. Yeah, that was a little bit of a welcome to the NHL moment there.
My first NHL shift, I had I don't want to keep bringing this back to me, but I will. I had a similar situation.
Back to John.
I was with Minnesota. My first shift was versus Detroit. It was Zetterberg, Franson, Datsuk, Lidstrom, or Falski. I think all 5 are on the ice. I was like, oh. And it was funny. I was playing defense, and I'm on the left side, and all of a sudden I hear my D coach, Johnny, change it up. It's like, I know. So we win the draw, go D to D. I fired it in. I'm like, hit me off the ice. So it was like a 4-second first shift.
Just a quick shift. Get into the game quick.
Murderer's row with Datsuk and Zetterberg. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
well, same thing with Ovechkin and Backstrom. So anything funny, Kirby, happened? You talk about beating Taser in wrestling matches. What's like the lighter moments in Chicago the last couple of years? Then we'll let you
give us a Kane story. People always ask that.
There's not too many stories about Kaner. He's pretty quiet, keeps to himself. The guy's a hockey nut, loves hockey, everything about hockey.
Oh my goodness.
That's pretty much Kaner. I don't know how else to describe him. He's at the rink, working out, skating all the time. So, I mean, what he puts on. Is he
texting you answers right now? Tell him
we were texting earlier today, but no.
Tell him I skate. What is Kaner saying? Because I texted him. I said, Kaner, what the hell's going on in Chicago? And he ghosted me. Usually he'll send me a text back. Do you think, honestly, what's next for Chicago? Do you see either one of those two guys leaving this year? Because this is last year of their deal.
Yeah, I don't really know what they're thinking.
Just
I've talked to both.
Yes,
I've talked to both of them about it, but
he's winking, Tim.
They didn't really say anything about it. So,
you did ask him.
Yeah, it's kind of their dealer's choice there.
I like the answer, Kirby. Well, anything else you want to talk about and give a presidential, politically correct answer to?
No, I think I've nailed it with all the political answers.
Where do you think Matthew Tkachuk's going now that he just denied $88 million in 11 years from the Calgary Flames. Where do you think he's going to end up?
It's like another one. Like I just don't know. Like I thought everybody kind of knew Johnny Gaudreau was going on to Philly or New Jersey, and out of blue it goes to Columbus. So I think it's really anybody's game that wants to throw enough money at somebody.
Do you think you would have the stones if a GM came to you and said, "We're going to give you $11 million a year for 8 years"? Would you say, "Nah, I'm good. I don't want to. I want to go somewhere else," or would you just be like, "Holy, that's a lot of money"?
That's a lot of money to turn down, obviously, but yeah, I think you'd have to put everything into a scope and really look at it, understand what you're getting into for 8 years and where you want to be if you want to win, if you're content just with the money and stuff like that.
So, what's Kirby Dach asking for in this next negotiation period? What kind of that's too much. We're not going to go down that road. I don't want to get you in trouble. But anyways, Kirby, and anything else, Tim?
One more question. Your brother's in Chicago still, right? He's still with the franchise?
Yeah, he's still there.
So 2 questions. One, is he, I don't know him as well as I know your career. Is he like a minor leaguer still? Do you see him making a jump to the team? And how is that? Is it a bummer to be leaving him?
Yeah. Well, he's still in junior. He played junior last year because he's only 18, but he's turning 19. So with all the changes, who knows if he makes a team this year or not? So he's either in Chicago or back playing in the Western League. But obviously, super sad. We were drafted together in Saskatoon. So my 18-year-old year and his 16-year-old year, we would have played together. That year I ended up making Chicago. So that didn't happen. And then get drafted to the same NHL team, and year or two before he makes it, I'm shipped off to Montreal. So
is he a centerman?
Yeah, a center left wing, plays a little bit of both, but
it could work out for him then with you being gone.
Exactly. Yeah, take my role.
They wouldn't even have to change the jersey because he's
tall.
Yeah, he is tall. He's bigger than me. He's 6'4".
You're saving some money there. If you're Chicago's training staff, Gapper would love it. Just keep all the same stuff.
Yeah, Gapper and parts here and change anything.
It'd be fantastic. All right, Kirby. Well, we'll let you go skate. We know you love to skate. You're going to text Kaner about how hard you guys are working out. It's so great, these new hockey players. They're just so dedicated. But listen, we'd love to have you back on maybe midway through the season, check how things are going in Montreal. If you're still there, maybe you're going to get traded again. I don't know.
Yeah, nobody really knows.
No, you're going to have a good year, man. All right, Kirby, thank you for coming on. We appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Sorry for busting your chops. But yeah, have a good rest of your summer. We'll talk to you later, man.